Hello everyone, my name is B. Sandhya Rani, Department of Chemistry, Government Degree College, Mahubabad. Here we are going to discuss about amino acids and proteins. Human beings need biological polymers like polypeptides, that is carbohydrates, proteins and nucleic acids. These are very important for human beings. Actually, carbohydrates function as a storehouses of energy. Nucleic acids are useful to store genetic information and transport it. Proteins have many properties. Therefore, before we are trying to know about these biopolymers of great importance, we have to know how these are formed. Proteins are the polymers formed by the union of amino acid. So first of all, we would like to discuss about amino acids. The compounds which contain the amino group like NH2 and the carboxylic acid group, that is COOH group, called the carboxylic group are called amino acids. For example, glycine, leucine, etc. In general, we have so many natural amino acids. Further, amino acids are classified different ways. From the position of the amino group in the acid, amino acids are classified into three categories, that is alpha, beta, gamma amino acids. The first one is the alpha amino acids. The compounds in which the amino group and the carboxylic group are at the same carbon atom are called alpha amino acids or 2 amino acid. The amino group is present in this structure, the carbon atom in the alpha position to the carboxylic acid. For example, here we seeing the amino group is adjacent of the carboxylic group. Example, we give an alanine, that is 2 amino propanoic acid. The second one is beta amino acid. The compound in which the amino and carboxylic groups are present on adjacent carbons are called beta amino acids or 3 amino acid. In this structure, the amino group is present on the carbon atom of the beta position to the carboxylic group. For example, beta alanine, that is also called as 3 amino propanoic acid. The third one is the gamma amino acid. The compound in which there are two intermediate carbon atoms between amino and carboxylic group are called gamma amino acid. In these compounds, the amino group is present on the carbon atom in gamma position to the carboxylic group are called gamma amino acid. For this, the example is gamma aminobutyric acid. Among these, generally, alpha amino acids alone are naturally occurring in animal and plants. There are about 24 alpha amino acids are identified so far. These are very essential in the body for our existence. Proteins required for body building are formed from amino acids. The living organism prepare itself some of the amino acids from the substances already available in it. The living organism cannot prepare by itself from the substance available in it some other amino acids. These are to be supplied through our food or diet. These amino acids are called essential amino acids. The another classification of amino acids is due to further classified as per the nature of their chemical nature. These are acidic, basic and neutral amino acids. First of all, we'll go for the acidic alpha amino acids. In these alpha amino acids, the number of carboxylic groups are more than the number of basic amino groups. These amino acids are called acidic amino acids. For example, phenolic and carboxylic groups possesses the acidic character. So here the carboxylic group are more number than the amino groups, so it exhibits acidic nature. These amino acids are called acidic alpha amino acid. For example, we are seeing here aspartic acid. Here two carboxylic group are present. In the glutamic acid also two carboxylic groups are there. In tyrosine it is also two carboxylic groups are there and one amino group is there. So these amino acid possesses the acidic nature. Then second one is the basic alpha amino acids. If the number of the basic character, that is amino groups, is greater than the number of acidic, that is COOH groups, the amino acids are called basic alpha amino acid. Generally, the amino group is the nature of basic, so it also exhibits these amino acids basic in nature. So these amino acids are called basic alpha amino acid. For example, lysine, arginine, histidine. In these structures, the amino groups are more than carboxylic group. Naturally, the basic nature will be dominated in this structure. So these amino acids are called basic amino acids. Then third one is neutral alpha amino acids. In these amino acids, the number of carboxylic group and the basic group amino group are equal. So these amino acids exhibits neutral in nature. So these are called neutral alpha amino acid. For example, we are shown here glycine, the one NH2 group and one COOH group, and alanine. These also contains one amino group and one COOH group. So it possesses the neutral in nature. This is a broad way of classification of amino acid. Then we will go for the preparation methods of amino acids. First one is the preparation of amino acids. First method is the alpha halo acids. From this alpha halo acid we can prepare alanine, valine, leucine, glycine, etc. alpha 2 amino acids. Alpha halo acid means if the hydrogen is present in alpha carbon is replaced by halogen group like chloro, fluoro, bromo, like seventh group elements, we can found that alpha halo acids. So these react with ammonia and give alpha amino acids. Let us see the mechanism of the reaction. Carboxylic acid is reacted with halogen elements like chlorine in presence of red phosphorus and hydrogen iodide gives alpha chloro acid. This is further reacted with ammonia and gives alpha amino acid. This method is useful to prepare most probably glycine, that is alpha 2 amino acid. Then next one is the malonic ester method. In this malonic ester, the active 2 hydrogens are there. So these 2 hydrogens react with ethyl alcohol in presence of sodium metal and form sodium malonic ester. Further, this is reactive with alkyl halide and loss one sodium halide element and form alkyl malonic ester. And further, the this one alkyl malonic ester undergo on hydrolysis and give alkyl malonic acid. And further, this react with the bromine on heating loses one carbon dioxide molecule and form alpha bromo carboxylic acid. This can treated with ammonia, then we will get alpha amino acid. This is the malonic ester method. And third one is the phthalimide malonic ester. In this method, we can take as a reactant potassium phthalimide. Potassium phthalimide react with bromomelanic ester and loses one potassium bromide molecule and form one intermediate, and further it will be react with lithium or sodium metal and form alkyl phthalimide malonic ester, and further hydrolysis we will get alpha amino acid. Then another one is the Strecker method. Strecker method is most probably used in preparation of amino acid. In this, aldehydes react with ammonium chloride and potassium cyanide. We will get amino cyanine. This is further hydrolysis. We will get alpha amino acid. The reaction may be followed like this. First of all, ammonium chloride react with potassium cyanide and form ammonium cyanide. This ammonium cyanide dissociate with ammonia and hydrogen cyanide. This ammonia will react with aldehyde and form amino substituted aldehyde. This is further reacted with hydrogen cyanide and rearrangement of hydrogen from cyanide and aldehyde and form amino cyanide. This is further hydrolysis, we will get alpha amino acids. These are the mainly used in preparation of alpha amino acids. Then we will discuss about the physical properties of amino acids. Amino acids have both acidic, that is carboxylic functional group, and as well as basic, that is amino functional group. So we should expect the follow equilibrium. This is occurred due to the replacement of proton from carboxylic group to amino group. We will get this structure. This is equilibrium with these two structures. This is called a Zwitter ion. Zwitter ion. Naturally, alpha amino acids contain the basic group amino and the acidic groups carboxylic. When the same molecule there are acid and basic groups, it is possible that one proton migrate from one place to another and transfer to the basic group. This situation is found in alpha amino acid. The transfer of proton, that is positive ion, result in the formation of positive and negative residues in the molecule. The carboxylic acid group will be present in carboxylate ion, that is COO minus, and the amino group will be present as aminium ion, that is NH3 plus ion. So these are these groups, thus amino acid possesses properties characteristics of salt. This dipole ion is called Zwitter ion. Such species that are overall neutral molecules but contains charged ends are called, that is polarized ion is called as a Zwitter ions. The next one is the due to the acid basic properties. When we react with in acidic media, it acts as acid reactions and undergo the acidify reactions, And basic media, it goes to some of basic reactions. Basic, it shows basic properties. Like glutamic acid, we can see the CO end is minus, so it reacts as acidic nature, and amino group is imine group, that is basic in structure. And also alpha carboxylic group is possesses the acidic nature. Due to Zwitter ion, these have some special properties like high melting points, and second one is the solubility. Amino acids dissolve more in water than in ether. These do not dissolve in other organic solvents. Then another one is the polar character. These possesses a higher dipole moment compared to the common amines or common carboxylic acids. And then another one is the isoelectric point. Isoelectric point is the point where which the pH, which the majority of amino acid molecule in solution have no net charge. So in this stage, the pH of OH group, that is acid group, and amino group will remain same. At which point these two pH are same, that is called the isoelectric point. Because of amino acids possesses acidic parts, ammonium and iminium, and the basic parts of carboxylate, this will amphiteric in nature mentioned above. The fact whether the chargeless form of the dipole or Zwitter ion form predominantly in any aqueous solution depend on the pH of the solution. In acidic solution, carboxylate is protonated, it is present as a COH, therefore the ion will be in the cationic form. If the pH of the solution increased, the ammonium loses the proton and becomes amino group. Now this will be present an anion. The change of the form amino acid with the charge pH is shown below. So this is called isoelectric point. At an intermediate pH present as a dipole or ion, this point is generally called isoelectric point. At this point, the concentration of cationic from the anionic form are equal. This point is called as the isoelectric point. Then we will go to the chemical properties. Here we are already known that in the amino acids there are amino group is there, COOH group is there. So due to these groups, this possesses different chemical properties. First of all, we will go for the amino group participated reactions. First of all, amino group participate reactions. Alpha amino acids react with HCl and gives a salt, that is anionic and cationic nature of the salt. This is amino group reaction. Then due to COOH group, alpha amino acids participated in these reactions. One is salt formation. Alpha amino acid react with sodium hydroxide. Here carboxylic group exhibits acidic nature, so when we react with the sodium hydroxide, it gives the sodium salt and water. Then second reaction is esterification reaction. Alpha amino acid is react with HCl and gives a intermediate structure, that is a salt structure, and gives it react with ethyl alcohol, lose of one water molecule, and further it react with silver hydroxide and form a ester. This is called esterification reaction. That means in presence of HCl, alpha amino acids react with ethyl alcohol and gives ester. This is called esterification reaction. Then another one is decarboxylation reaction. D means to remove the carbon dioxide molecule. That's why this reaction is called as a decarboxylation reaction. Alpha amino acid react with barium hydroxide and gives primary amine and remove of carbon dioxide as a barium carbonate. Then next reaction is formation of acid halides. Alpha amino acid in presence of acetic anhydride reacts and gives acetyl product. This is further reacted with phosphorus trichloride and then hydrolysis it gives acid halide and acetic acid. Then it also form as a lactones due to the participation of gamma and delta amino acids. But gamma and delta amino acids when heated loses water from COH and amino groups in the same molecule and cyclic amides are formed. The cyclic amides are called lactone. If the number of atoms in a ring is 5 or 6, the ring will be stable. That's why gamma and delta rings are the stable rings. And another one is due to amino and both carboxylic groups will participate some chemical reactions. One is the alpha amino acids on heating it loses water molecule and form diketopiperazine, that is a cyclic structure. And another one is the deamylation reaction. When we beat here beta amino acid on heating it loses one ammonia molecule and give unsaturated alpha beta carboxylic acid. These are the chemical properties of the amino acids. Then we will go for the peptides. Peptides is nothing but if two amino acids are mixed together and heated, one water molecule is lost from them and an amide link is formed. This amide link is called as a peptide bond. This amide link is called peptide bond. The compound formed from the two amino acids is called dipeptide. In this molecule there will be COH group is at the end of one end and the amino group is another end. So dipeptide reacts with one more molecule of amino acids and form tripeptide. Like this the peptide bond will be formed. If suppose the tripeptide react with one more molecule of amino acid and forms tetrapeptide. This react with more amino acid. In this way one after another then forms polypeptide. These polypeptide structure also will molecular weight of around 10,000 are called polypeptide. The polypeptide with molecular weight higher than the generally called as proteins. So polypeptide may contain different amino acids. If any polypeptide there will be a one COH group and one amino group and N-1 peptide bond will be formed. The amino acid containing carbon or the end with COH group is called C end or C terminal acid and the one with amino group is called N terminal acid. When polypeptide structure are written on the paper at the end left hand side N terminal and at the right hand side is the T terminal is written. Then we will discuss about now we will discuss about the structure of proteins. Proteins is nothing but polypeptides with molecular weight greater than 10,000 are called proteins. The representation of serial order of the amino acids in the proteins is called primary structure of the protein. This starts with N-terminal acid and ends with C-terminal acid is known as the protein. Proteins are useful to build the human body structure and some reactions. So, thank you.